how are we all doing? Welcome back to another video. Obviously we're going to be continuing with the Laurel now that we're on the upswing. Finally getting to see some progress. It feels like I'm actually doing things now rather than just kind of faffing around, which is probably better for you lot as well, because I know some of you have complained about, well not complained, but made comments about the fact that it seems to all seem to do is grinding and cleaning and grinding and cleaning. There is going to be an element of that in this video, because I've still got a couple of brackets that I've forgotten about that need cleaning up before I can go back on. Starting with the bracket mounts for the brake lines in the front rear arches. Need to do those first. But the aim of this video is going to be to get the car back on four wheels. So we're going to get all suspension back on, all the coilovers cleaned up, greased, and then back on as well. Yeah, just try and get it all back on four wheels by the end of this video. So let's get into it. While we're waiting for those brackets to dry, it's time to start cleaning up my HSD coilovers. I've had these on the car for probably 5 years now and they're still going strong. Just need a good clean up, so I think the first thing we're going to do is the fronts, then we'll do the rears later on when I come to do the actual rear of the car. But we need to take the collars off, take the spring off, give the actual shock a good clean down, give it a brush with a wire brush, and then, sorry I'm stuttering, and then put them all back together, grease everything up as I go, and yeah, should be good to go then. So let's get into it. Move these to one side. In for that. Just did on there. Right, C Spanish. C Spanish. Yeah, that's tight to get off. I think we'll. Yeah, these are going to take quite a while to get off, so talk amongst yourselves. Should separate from the collar. Don't know if I can get new ones of those, but I'll give them a good clean and we can go back on for now. I just need to go brush, well, a good clean up as well. No, that goes onto that, yeah. Spring. Probably should do this the other way around so the spring's nearer the wall. Finally, this one which goes there. I'm going to do them one at a time just so I don't get things mixed up. I'll need some brake clean first, get all the old grease off there.
The next arms to fit the traction arms on the rear. Now, I was going to just refit and reuse these ones, which is why they've been powder coated, but when we got them back, we realised that one of them is slightly bent. I'll try and show you quickly now. In fact, if I lay them on the desk like that, you can see. So, yeah, if you look, this one is bent, that one's straight. Try putting it at a better angle. So what I'm going to do instead is I bought some Driftworks arms. As I said in a previous video, I don't want to go adjustable everywhere, and these were one of the areas I didn't really want to go adjustable at the moment. But given that I've got an issue with one of the arms anyway, it made sense to upgrade them. So yeah, first time unpacking them. So let's have a quick look. Gonna have to build these up, and then essentially what I'm gonna do to start with is get them set to the same spec as one of these. And then once we've got everything on the car, got it set on the ground again, got the engine in, Joe's gonna go through and do an alignment for me because he's got an alignment kit now. So yeah, that should be cool. Right, try and lay everything out a bit so I've got what I need. I do have some other adjustable arms that I bought, but those were to correct the camber and toe on the rear now, because once you drop it, then there's only a certain amount of camber adjustment and stuff that you can get out of a stock car. So yeah, I wonder where I put those boots in when you don't need them for these. No. So we've got poly bushes, got the cup to put the poly bushes in. Got a bunch of nuts, bolts and adapters by the look of it. Yeah, should be fun. I'm not seeing any grease weirdly, but they do look like they're a bit greased already, so we'll see what happens, I guess. That's a shame, there's no Driftworks sticker in here. Oh, bugger. Right, set the first one up. Let's take out this plastic cap. In fact, let's do this first. Oh, nice and greased. That's good actually. Feels like it comes pre-greased, so I don't actually need to grease them. So it's good. Just put a bit of grease in there when I put them on. So push that in there. Nice and easy. Push that in there. And then that should press into there. Actually, surprised how easy it was to do with just with my hand. There we go. It's one cup already built. Should be some hardware somewhere. Where have I put the hardware? Did I put the hardware back in the box and throw the box away? Yep, I did. Obviously this screws into here, but there needs to be a locking nut on there as well. I'm guessing both of those are the locking nuts for this, along with the necessary washers and things like that. Yeah, I'm not sure why these are in here. I mean, as far as I'm aware, these are only used for the rose joint version, but let's see. Right, so we've got, first thing we've got on here is a washer, then a nut. In fact, I should probably grease these as I go. Just to make, sorry. I should probably grease these as I go just to make sure that they don't seize up at any point. So let's take this one apart as well and grease this up. Oh no, actually that's already got grease on it, should be alright. Oh, gone too far, look, but yeah. Got grease on it, so I only need to lube up the bits that I'm putting together myself, which is cool. Again, I'm not going to tighten any of the adjustments up on this. I'm just going to get them set to roughly what one of these is, put them on the car. Everything's being loose fit at the moment, as I've already said. And then once we come to align it, all that can be done then. In fact, what I'll do is I will grease the threads this time rather than the nuts. That's naturally set longer than standard, so, and that's as far as it'll go. So I'll put that on the car, and then we can adjust it afterwards. It might be that that's already corrected a little bit of camber that I had. Done it wrong. One of those is for this. Should have realised really, shouldn't I? Oh, you live and learn. I've just lost a washer somewhere as well. Where did that go? Okay, so that's now set exactly the same as the stock arm, give or take. Do the same with the other one, and we'll throw them on. Well, say throw. We'll put them on. Next up, I've got adjustable camber arms for the drift works again. See a bit of a theme happening here, okay? So, I have an open box. I wanted adjustable camber arms because obviously as you lower any Nissan, it starts to camber in. And because of these eccentric bolts, whatever they're called, they don't have very much adjustment once you've lowered them. So obviously the adjustment was always already all. Come on, Lee, learn your words. So the adjustment was all the way out, and there was still quite a bit of camber on there, and I want to try and get a more even tyre wear when I'm drifting. So camber arms are the next choice. Oh, they've got these bushes as well. Interesting. They've put the bushes in for me already though, which is nice. Very good, very nice. Some bits and pieces there. I'm not sure what they're for. I'll find out. Oh, actually, yes, I do know. They're the adjustments. So, but no sticker again, Driftworks. What's happening? I pay money for parts and I'm not getting any stickers. I'm unhappy. I want a sticker. Is it too much to ask? Anyway. So, obviously I need to put these on before I can put the hubs on and everything else, because this slips, the coilover goes there, basically. And in here we've got two of these. Got one end that goes in here, like that. I will grease that up in a second. We've got washer that goes there. That slides on there. Maybe the washer goes on the back actually. The washer might go there. No, don't. Goes down the side. Okay. So that, yeah. So got two of these. That slips through there. That washer goes over there. And you slide that lot on over there. Grease these up and get going. So, got one arm built. I'll give you a wipe down when I remember where I've put the paper towel. There we go, that's better. The last arm I need before I can hang hubs on there are the toe arms. Again, I've gone for adjustable ones from Driftworks. I bet there's no sticker in here. But essentially, again, because obviously we've got adjustable camber and everything, we want to be able to make sure we've got it towing straight as well. And yeah, you only get a certain amount of adjustment with the way stock Nissan stuff works. So these were the way to go. You probably remember, actually, on the front of the car I started putting hard race arms on there. The reason I'm now using Driftworks is because I didn't actually realise at the time Driftworks do polybushed versions of their arms. In the past, when I bought their arms, have always been the rose joint version, and to be honest, if you're driving it on a road, I found them to be an absolute nightmare. On track, they're brilliant, but over time on the road, they just tend to wear out, and you end up replacing the ends quite a lot. So I wanted something that was going to be able to withstand both track and road use. What a surprise! No sticker! Why have I got a sticker? Driftworks, naughty. Naughty, naughty. Right, again, polybushed end. They've actually put the end together for me on these ones, which is nice. Got two arms, and then we've got all the gubbins in there. And yeah, no sticker. I'm unhappy. I'm an unhappy chappy, alright? I am disappointed. Floop. Right. keep hold of those, they might be useful for something. These, because they're for the rose joints, they're probably not going to be much use for anything unless we've got rose joints on the BMW or anything, but who knows? Again, we got washer, nut, washer, nut, bunch of spacers, and then, yeah, crack on. Right, give this a bit of a grease.
reason I'm taking these out again after putting them in yesterday is because I forgot that they're sided, so I need to double check that I've got them on the right side. I also need to add these washers onto the nut as well, because I forgot to put those on yesterday. So get cracking. There we go, nice and easy out. Oh, don't do that. Don't wreck my powder coating. Something that I wasn't quite clear about when I was rebuilding the front coilovers is that I had an issue putting the cups back on after I'd greased everything up. The reason for this was that when we sent the cups off to get powder coated, they also media blasted them. This meant that a lot of crap got left in the threads and stuff. I did try my best to clean it out with a wire brush, but it didn't quite, for whatever reason, it didn't quite get rid of it all. So when Joe came in the next day, he very kindly took a look at them for me and cleaned all the threads up and everything, and they screw on and off beautifully now.
See, the hard part is getting it all together once you've got one side loosely fitted. Unless I just drop that and then put it back on afterwards.
You haven't put the collar on.
Oh, shit, yeah. So, do you want to loosen that one off me? 'Cause I think I'm going to have to do it where I do it first part, put them up and then push it on. Then bottom up too. Yeah, that'll do. Nice one. Thank you.
You forget it moves as one, don't you?
Yeah, that's it. You think, oh yeah, I've got one side done. Nope, I haven't. Because I've got to do the car. Fuck off. Come back, you twat. Right. You're not going to stay there, so I'm going to put a nut on you. I'll go grab that. Right. So that then goes up. Oh, you got yours in as well? Yeah. Cool, thank you. And that. And that. And that's that. has where you would hang a wheel. Wheels go there, and there. So, yeah, we've achieved 99% of what I wanted to do this weekend, which is good. The only things that are missing are track rod ends here. Where is that? I don't know, somewhere around here. And what was it? Oh yeah, the anti-roll bar, which is currently drying there. So I've given it, well, Joe gave it a lick of paint because he was bored earlier. So yeah, makes sense because it's the only thing that's not like cleaned up and new on the front. So get it done. But yeah, I'm not sure how much of the footage, how much of the process I got and stuff. I tried to capture as much as I can, but towards the end, it was getting really warm in the workshop, and I ran out of water ages ago, so I was trying to rush so I could get home and get a drink and stuff. But yeah, got it almost there now. We can almost put it back on 4 wheels and move it around. I think the next jobs will be obviously putting those ball joints on, putting the track rod ends, putting the steering column back together. I've got a new bush for that from GK Tech, which I'll put on there. I've got quite a lot of GK Tech stuff on here. Maybe I should add a sticker. Who knows? The Driftworks arms, they were actually really good to build up and fit to the car. I didn't really have any doubts though, to be fair. I've had arms from them before, and like I said, they've always been good. The only issue I've ever had with them is that my cars were a combination of road and track use, so the rose joints that they used to use tend to wear out quite quick, and then you had to replace them because by the time you got to an MOT test was like, they're fucked, mate. So yeah, not their fault. They tried to produce a track ready arm, and that's what they did, so it was my fault for trying to use them. But yeah, Driftworks, still not happy about the fact that I didn't get a sticker in my boxes. Or a Malwam. Where's my bloody Malwam? You always give Malwam. What's happened? He's skimping now or something. But yeah, anyway. Hope you've enjoyed. Like, all that stuff. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. I can't even get it right. And yeah, I'll see you next time.